What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated WBO pound for pound boxer Terence Bud Crawford did an interview recently to discuss a possibility of a future mega showdown with undefeated, unified WBC IBF welterweight superstar boxer Errol the True Spence Jr., as the two have been going back and forth via social media and things of that nature. And the tension is mounting. The fans want to see it. And currently, Terence Crawford said there is no more holdups regarding the Errol Spence fight. He said there's nothing in the way. There's no more roadblocks. The fight will happen. So basically, what Terence Crawford is stating that they cleared some things out the way, and so he said the fight will happen. But he said the fight may not happen next. It's not going to happen next. Pretty much is what he stated. And he was asked, what about an opportunity? Would he be upset if Errol the True Spence Jr. got the opportunity to face Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, seeing as though Pacquiao was under the top-ranked banner and Terence Crawford wanted that fight and was unable to secure that fight? And Terence Crawford responded. He stated that, if Errol Spence Jr. lands a Manny Pacquiao fight, then that fight would make the fight between him and Errol Spence that much bigger. So he said he would tip his hat to Errol Spence if he lands that Manny Pacquiao fight. Then he was asked if he thought that Manny Pacquiao or who would win the fight, and his odds. What's the odds of Errol Spence winning the fight? And he said the odds of Errol Spence winning the fight against Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao are the same odds that I have to win against Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. He believes that Errol Spence will be victorious. He said that me and Errol Spence are looked at as the two best boxers in the welterweight division. And he says we're 1A and 1B. He says, so, I believe that Manny Pacquiao is number 3. This is what Terence Crawford stated. He said, and if Manny Pacquiao is number 3, I would have to, give the edge to Errol Spence and myself to defeat Manny Pacquiao. He said, but anything can happen in the sport of boxing. A lot of people felt that Keith One-Time Thurman, who was the former unified welterweight undefeated superstar boxer in his own right, lost to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao turned back the clocks. Terence Crawford said anything could happen. Maybe Manny Pacquiao could turn back the clocks. Now, he highly doubts that Manny Pacquiao will turn back the clocks, but he stated that anything could happen. But more importantly, he stated that, there aren't any roadblocks and anything preventing this fight from happening. It will not happen next. Then he was asked about a fight with Teixeira, moving up to 154 for the opportunity to fight for a title at 154. He said that's not in the works. That's not going to happen. Him and his team have not discussed that. He's heard that. He said that was a rumor that started on Twitter. He said that he don't know where that came from because himself and his team are not interested in that fight. So that's where Terence Crawford left it off. So I'm going to say this, that still leaves Terence Crawford void of an opponent. And an opponent that should be in that place, it should be two-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Showtime Sean Porter. That should be in place, for Errol Spence, to give Errol Spence a viable opponent, and a credible opponent, should I say. And I know people are going to state that, all the opponents are credible. And you're right. All the opponents are credible, because they risk their life every time they step through the ropes for our entertainment. So, yes. But with that said, the opponent that people would just, gravitate to would be Sean Porter, right? Because Sean Porter had a great outing against Errol Spence Jr., and there's a gauge. See, so the triangle theory don't work in the sport of boxing, but it's fun for the fans, right? And so with that said, the fans will be able to judge, and, they'll go back and forth and debate, who did better. If Terence Crawford could beat Sean Porter in a more dramatic fashion than Errol Spence won the fight, that would speak volumes, right? At least amongst the fans. So, it's a common opponent to be able to gauge who the fans would think would win the fight between the two. Also, us, as boxing pundits and journalists, it gives us the opportunity to see how Terence Crawford would fare with a style like Showtime Sean Porter. Nobody's been in the ring with Sean Porter, a fighter like Sean Porter, unless you've been in the ring with Sean Porter. So, and I want to congratulate Sean Porter as well, because he's getting married today. So, Congratulations to Showtime, Sean Porter, who's getting married today. But with that said, you haven't been in the ring with a style like Sean Porter until you've been in the ring with Sean Porter. There's nobody that can emulate being in the ring with Sean Porter, what it's like dealing with the pressure. And so that's a great gauge for Terence Crawford, for the fans, and for Terence Crawford and his legacy, in my opinion. Because, why? Because, I believe that Terence Crawford, is a great fighter, but at the welterweight limit, 147-pound limit, he's fought Jeff Horn, he's fought Amir Khan, Jose Benavidez, and Amin Machine, Kavaluskas. So he was a big favorite in all those fights. A fight with Sean Porter, he won't be, I'm sure he'll open up as the odds-on favorite, but it won't be so big of a margin, a gap in between him and Sean Porter, right? It'll be a slight favorite. He'll have a slight edge. So, that means that it's closer to a 50-50 fight than it is with Kavaluskas, Benavidez, Horn, and Amir Khan, right? So, the fans just want to see Terence Crawford in there with the best. Want to see the best versus the best. And this is great news. This means that they come to some sort of happy medium, and they have an agreement in place. And he says that he believes it's going to happen in 2020. So the boxing world and the fans and everybody else should be absolutely delighted and excited for this fight, because I believe that, this fight is the biggest fight since Floyd and Pacquiao. And I believe that we have two of those fights in the making, Joshua and Wilder, Crawford and Spence. And the reason I give Joshua and Wilder the nod, because they're heavyweights. And I always say, as the heavyweight division goes, so goes the sport of boxing. So I believe that fight could stand to break all types of records. I believe it could break Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao records, pay-per-view records, numbers, gates, everything, right? So, at that point, we saw Joshua dropped 4 times and stopped, but Manny Pacquiao was knocked cold out by Juan Manuel Marquez far before that fight took place. So, and he was knocked out twice before that. Joshua has one blemish on his resume, and he avenged that blemish. So, he made amends for that. So people have a short memory in the sport of boxing when you're a fan. So that's what happened. So I would truly like to see Crawford, Spence, and Wilder, Joshua get made in 2020. Should they get past their respective upcoming fights. So let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Roll. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.